establishment, like it's, kids like it here, and we have to always watch the door. You don't want a kid to get run over, because that would ruin everybody's life.
But why don't you, it would ruin a lot of people's lives, but so why don't you start by telling us a little bit about what this building is and who you are and what you did to transform it.
Well, the building was originally a post office, circa the 1850s, I don't know the exact date. And it had been the post office twice, because the post office had moved across the road to the building over there and then back here. I was told when I went to pay my taxes, it had been at least 20 different things. But I know it's been a meat shop, and it's been a general store, and it was a ladies' auxiliary for maybe 20, 30 years. And they had Sunday school upstairs. I met some older folks around here that actually went to Sunday school up there as kids. And yeah, there was an art gallery last, and then it's been abandoned for close to 10 years. So I got it on a tax auction, and then been restoring it. We got most of the original glass upstairs. It's all wood construction. Redoing some of the siding. It's actually been wrapped in like birch bark, which is like an old school way of doing the Tyvek. What else can I say? I reclaim rainwater because all the wells are salty here, and I only have a 50-foot property, so there's no space for the proper plumbing or whatever proper is these days. What else can I say? I'm from the South Shore. I'm a road miser. My grandmother was a Lance. That was her maiden name. She grew up in Pleasantville on Lance Road, and that's why they named me Lance as a first name. And then it's how I got the name Lancelot Game Store, because we spell it L-A-N-T-Z here, and it looks way cooler than the other way of spelling it. Yeah. And then I get this cool sword and shield motif for my logo, which is the T of Lance and the Z.
So how long have you been open?
2.5 months. This has been a project or a dream of mine for 30 years. I've been saving my whole life to do it. Saving mainly because there's no way for me to really get credit. I can't really just ask a bank to help me do this. I was a viticulturist out in BC for 10 years. So saving my money, dreaming about doing this in the vineyards, knowing that I couldn't afford anything out there anyway. And before that I was in the military for a while with the Air Force. And I was a silviculturist, like working around here, Christmas tree farms and taking care of the forests, like select cutting and stuff. What else? A few other weird random jobs in there. I don't like call centers, but I've worked at them. Yeah.
So what do you see for the future of this area?
I think Blockhouse is booming. I think it's we're really in a nice spot. A lot of Halifax has cabin country right next to us, and it's a beautiful place for a lot of people to do their weekend getaways from the city and just enjoy our slower pace. Although sometimes in the summer it's not that slow. But yeah, like Blockhouse, we're luckily, I'm not even a minute from the highway. There's lots of places to park. People are like, oh, there's nowhere place to park, but I don't know if you've ever tried to park in Halifax or any other city. You can drive for 20 minutes before you find a place, and you have to walk a lot farther. And we have walking trails here that are the railway trails, so you could walk anywhere in the country, really, I think. And yeah, we're on the way to Lunenburg and Mahone Bay, two of the most beautiful towns you can visit in the province. So there's a lot of potential in Blockhouse. I'm just lucky nobody's seen it before I got this building.
And do you notice that a lot of your customers are visitors or mostly community members?
I try to ask everybody where they come from. It's just a thing I like to meet people, and it's a good starting point of a conversation. But I'd say about half of the people coming in are here visiting their cabins for the weekends or whatever, or coming to visit Mahone Bay or Lunenburg. And pretty much everybody just in the area wanted to come in after we painted the place to see what we did.
Yeah.
I've been told it's never looked this good, or it hasn't looked this good in 40 years. And it was a shambles.
Okay.
The paint was literally falling off of it, and so were the shingles. And but she's beautiful.
She is, yeah.
Does anybody come in who remembers it as a post office?
The lady next door, Helen, she used to work for the post office. Now, you'd have to ask her herself if she worked in here as a post office, but she worked her whole life, I think, for Canada Post. So I think she did, but I would ask her. She probably has better stories than me, too. Yeah.
And seeing as how we're here, what would you say are your ideas about things that could make it safer for people to be pedestrians in this town?
Well, just right here, I find it is very dangerous. A lot of people use this yield as just an excuse to get as fast as they can before they hit the hill. I don't know, so they can get the hill faster. It's crazy. I know people would be clocked at like at 80 or higher right there.
Wow.
We're like 100 feet from the intersection. It is dangerous. I would just like to see a bump in the road, like a speed bump. Maybe a signage like to say slow down or there's kids present, something like that. It wouldn't be a bad idea if we had a street light over the parking lot where people like to get their ATVs off and down off the trucks. Also where lots of kids are walking from the school at that end of the path and the school at this end of the path. A lot of those kids take that route. You don't know any time of the day. Like they're used to walking it and they should feel comfortable walking it. And, you know,
And that would just make
a
people
light
slow
there
down.
would give the drivers some, like, you would know something is here at least because it would be lit up. Half of our year is pretty dark, like right at you get off work and it's dark on your way home, and that can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would say?
That's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you picture in the next couple of years happening here, or what would you most like to see happening here as positive changes in this area?
I think all the change here so far has been really, really positive. I would like to see a lot of these buildings restored. Like a lot of our charm and pride comes from the craftsmanship here historically, like the way we build boats, the way we build our buildings, like the way we build our boats. And why not hold on to some of this stuff? If anything happened to this building or a lot of these neighboring ones, we can't actually rebuild them the same way. We certainly couldn't do it for an affordable price. So let's just hold on to it just as a fascinating thing to see. That and I love this community. We got a park right next door. I like seeing people just come here for ice cream all the time over at Alley's, and there's more here than people even realize. Like we have an art gallery, or sorry, an art supply store right there, and we got the farmers market and your market, and you know,
Yeah.
I like people coming here.
Vintage thing, got the yoga thing going.
Yeah, we got yoga.
there's a lot. Got the Hinchinbrook.
I have a few ideas I don't want to say on camera for what I'd like to see here too. Like maybe right next, that you know, there's a couple things that would just be charming additions.
Name them. Let's
Name
hear
them.
them.
I want to set up a little toy store here too.
Nice.
More like right now, I'm trying to sell science, art, and nature-based toys for kids. But we're really family-oriented on the East Coast, and I think we're lucky. At least right now, we're still lucky that people can afford to raise a family here. In a lot of parts of the country, you can't afford to have more than one kid, and even one kid, you got to work 3 jobs apiece to do it. And here, like, people can get a mortgage and raise a family, and it shows. There's a lot of people coming in here with 3 kids, and you know, and we need better things for our kids than maybe what Walmart provides. I don't want to just badmouth it. Everybody needs cheap products, but like, I want to see more crafty things too. Like, there was a blind fella that lived on the Lahave that used to make puzzles. I don't know how he did it because he was blind. He would feel the saw when he got too close and stop, you know?
Wow.
But like, there's lots of great wooden craftsmen around here. We could make some backgammon boards and some chess sets. My grandpa used to make wooden stuff, pressed, glued, and sanded down. And I'd like to see more artisanal things. And that's the way our society's going anyway.
You'd get so much support from like that kid that was just in here with the Waldorf school. He spent the whole morning at the farm with a whole group of the kids from the Waldorf school. They would be so supportive of that kind of thing.
Well, we have a local author that wrote some children's books, Alessandra, and I think her son was out with you guys today too.
Yes.
And I want to sell her stuff here, but like, all of us are supporting locals, and we supporting each other. We're all stronger. Like, let's all get the word out for each other. Word of mouth is our jam. Too. Like, everybody's like, I need to be on social media more. Well, I'm busy talking to people.
This is social media.
So, thank you. I rely on everyone doing it for me.
Yeah. No, if you get us talking about it, and then we talk to 5 other
just
people.
by being here and talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Nice surprise for my day.
Do you want to show them upstairs?
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. I hope it's tidy enough.